Welcome to the Cooking Dad 242 and
family.
Today my wife and I will be preparing you a soft and feathery sweet milk bread.
Good. So good, guys.
Look at that, so awesome.
Buttery, good. Feathery, and delicious, guys.
Oh my God.
So good. Getting ready to prepare the first step, which is our yeast mixture. We do not have to set this yeast mixture aside. We can go right on in. The milks naturally have sugars in it, so that's going to be enough that our yeast can be able to feed on it. And I'm using active dry yeast and not instant.
That's right.
Now for this next step, we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of sweet cream and 1 egg. This, guys, is where you're going to get that nice feathery texture from.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Without those two, your bread is going to be lame. Now I'm adding in 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Yes, guys, all-purpose flour. This is what you can easily find in your pantry, guys. We're not using bread flour, we're using all-purpose.
Oh yes.
A 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 cup of sugar. Now, if you are using sea salt or Himalayan salt, you may want to up that salt to 1 teaspoon because you're going to need a little bit more than if you were using iodized salt.
That's right.
So I'm making a little well, and I'm going to add my liquid mixture into that well and stir it in gradually. The key thing to take here is to make sure that every grain of flour is coated in that liquid.
That's right.
Now once we got everything coated, I like to let my dough rest for about 20 minutes. And this is just going to help a little bit of gluten to form and make it easier for the next step when it's time to knead it for 10 minutes. So I'm just coating all of that flour, and as you can see that dough is forming, I'm going to let it rest for 5 minutes. Once my dough is rested for 5 minutes, I'm not buttering my surface, not oiling it, and not flouring it. I'm going to knead this dough for 10 minutes or until it is smooth, guys. So right now, I'm just kneading it a little bit just to make sure that every grain of flour is coated. And then I'm going to spread this dough out. And I'm going to add in some butter. And this is softened butter. You don't want to use cold butter because it will be very hard for the butter to spread throughout the dough. So it's a little sticky, but it's not too bad. It's very manageable, as you can see. So I'm spreading that dough, and I'm going to add in, yes guys, some Kerrygold butter. We're using unsalted butter here.
Some of that good stuff right there.
Some of that good stuff, guys. I'm going to knead this butter into the dough. Now, sometimes you may find this can be very hard to do, but look here, put some strength into that.
Lose some calories.
Lose some calories, guys, because you're going to need to when you eat this bread.
That's right.
So you can see I'm ripping that gluten up. And I'm just really kneading that butter in that dough. And once I've done that, once the butter is nicely kneading in, I'm going to now bring it all together and form that ball and continue to knead it until it's completely smooth.
Oh yes, it's nicely incorporated right now.
Right. I'm showing you that this dough is not sticky at all. If your dough is sticky, you left something out, or you may need to add to adjust your flour. You may need to add a little bit more flour, but it should not be sticky.
You're in a sticky situation right now.
You'll be in a very sticky situation.
Oh, yes. I see it's getting smooth.
Yes, it's getting very smooth because we keep on
rolling on the. You know that song?
No, I
don't know
do
why I
not.
always sing the song.
Why are you always singing that song if you don't know the words? Oh man, guys, I'm sorry.
Nice sequence.
Yes, guys, so I'm having a little rhythm in my head and I'm just moving with that rhythm. So kneading dough can be very fun, especially if you have a little beat to that.
Yeah.
You're gonna knead the dough. Knead the dough. You got to knead the dough. Okay, let me stop. I'm done.
Where are you finding red sauce?
I'm done. We're going to rest this dough for an hour and a half or until double in size. That's key because depending on where you live, if it's too cold, it may take longer. So the key here is to let it double in size. Punch that air out of there and knead it for an additional 3 minutes. Now this 3 minutes is just to take all of the air out, at least most of it out of it. Now we're going to divide this whole into 8 pieces and we're going to form them into balls. And this is just going to make it a lot easier, guys, to do the next step, which is going to help us to form them into logs. Remember to grease your pan with butter, lightly flour your surface and your rolling pin, flatten your dough out, not too much, and fold the sides and then form a log. And you want to make sure pinch the seam of the opening close because when you bake it, you don't want it to open up. So you want to make sure pinch those seam close.
Simple as that.
You're going to put that in your pan and then you're going to allow that to rest until it is half their size. They have to be half their size, just like what you're seeing now. I'm basting it with some milk, guys, because it's a milk bread.
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to bake this in on 335 preheated oven, 335 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes. Make sure that your oven is preheated first. Okay? I'm going to butter these up. Because what's bread without butter, right? Oh man. Oh man.
Oh my God.
Take this out of there.
That's soft.
Oh, look at that. That's just so soft and bouncy and nice. Oh, baby, just pull that apart.
Pull that baby up. Look at that. Look at it.
You know your bread
right
is
back up.
You know your bread is soft when that bounce back.
Yeah. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that good stuff right there. So good. Thanks for watching the Cooking Dad 242. Stay connected as we continue to bring your home dishes to life.
Later, guys.